Can you hear me okay?
Very
Yeah,
good.
brilliant.
Okay.
Amazing. Hello,
See you soon.
nice to see
Cheers.
you. Hello, welcome everyone. How is the sound? We are doing a quick sound check.
Good.
Oh, great to see everyone. Welcome. So we're going to give it a few more minutes before everyone arrives. I'm going to be recording the session if you're okay with that. Okay, and if you don't mind muting yourself, Ron will be unmuting you, but for now, if you don't mind just muting yourself, will be amazing. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Oh, hello, Nico. It's great to have you. Oh, we've got Nalini, we've got Zahara. Welcome, Rob. Welcome, Mia. Yay, so nice. Okay, I'm going to give you something to prepare. Can everyone access chat? Can you see where your chat is? And if you can look at it, you'll find a link. There will be a video we're gonna watch. It's a two-minute video. So just make sure you copy the link and you just have it somewhere handy. Did it show okay for you? Don't watch it just yet, just prepare it. We're going to prepare it for when everyone else joins us. For now, it's just for you to have. Okay, we'll give it. Nico, is it working? Fantastic. Fabulous. Okay. Okay, it's been an interesting 2 weeks for me. I'm so happy that we've got technology that allows us to have these opportunities to connect in this way, because so many people live abroad, and yeah, it's great to see everyone. So we'll be seeing a mix of people. We're going to have my dear close friends, friends from galleries, from different communities. I know there are people from 44 AD Gallery in Bath joining us, Spiker Island members, my tango friends, maybe some family as well. So we'll give it a few more minutes. Ala, would you mind just muting yourself? If you can just mute. Okay. All right. I'll give it one more minute and then I will start. So whoever joins later, they will have to catch up. Welcome, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello, lovely. Good to see you. Good to see all of you with us. So what I've done, Sarah, I have shared in the chat a link to a video that we're going to watch. It's part of the show. Welcome, Katie. Good to have you with us. So, Katie, if you're joining and if you just heard me, I'm setting everything up, and I have shared a link. It's a video that is part of the exhibition. We're going to watch it at a later stage when I did the full introduction. So you'll find it in the chat. Can you see it okay? Fantastic, lovely, okay. Right, so it's 5 minutes past. I'm gonna get going, get started. Zahara, did you manage to find the link all right? You're well versed with Zoom, so no problems there. Okay, so to those of you who might not know me or have got to know me briefly through different galleries. I'm Agnieszkalaskus, and I'm an artist, I'm an energy healer. And to be honest, the art in the current form of me exhibiting has only recently emerged for me, maybe in the past 4 years. I did a few exhibitions when I was a teenager, won some awards, but only recently I have stepped into it with full motivation, I could say. The arts have been very much in the scene of the family. My sister is a photographer as well. There are some writers, but yeah, I feel like later on in life, I have been really captivated by embracing this form fully and stepped away from a job that was maybe not as aligned. So as a young girl, I was very drawn to nature. So this links very closely to the theme of this exhibition, which is called flow. And flow is such a metaphor, it could be to do with anything. But this type of flow is to do with water, which is the theme of the exhibition. And originally, I was meant to do it as a solo exhibition, but I discovered someone, and surprisingly, he's also of Polish origin. I met him, well, first online. I discovered his art, and I got very curious because he was also very much into water. And I thought, oh my goodness, competition, I shouldn't be doing this then, because there's someone already like doing water work. But a good friend of mine said, no way, you're gonna go speak to this person, introduce yourself, and why don't you just collaborate? And I'm like, you've lost your mind. But I actually did it. Like 2 days later, I went and met Marek, and he's my partner in crime for this show. And not only he said yes, but you know, there's so many good things that have already happened as a result of our collaboration. And I feel it's expanding both of us in many beautiful ways. So this is a little introduction so that you know the context. I had to step out of my comfort zone and like to work with another artist. And surprisingly, I only discovered this 5 days ago when we did the list of all our works. Marek started photographing water exactly in the same year as me, which is 2018. And there, the synchronicity is just crazy. It feels like it was meant to be. His first piece was taken in Poland, like mine, and in 2018. And then we went off traveling around. You realize that there's very different styles, Marek and I, but we try to make sense of the whole show. So what I will do, I'm going to just gently walk, show you the pieces, and then because obviously I know more about my work, I'll focus on this. And then if you've got any questions, I would like you just to unmute yourself and ask them. How does that sound? Yeah? Okay, fantastic. Right. Okay, so we'll start with the very beginning. So you've got the entrance of the gallery. And here is a little introduction to Marek and I. And I have sent also a link to our Arts Rabbit, so you can actually read more about us individually. Here it's probably not, it's not visible, so I'm not expecting you to read it. That's why I've done the introduction. But for any of you who would like to read more, I've sent the link with the invitation. So if you didn't get it, please remind me. So we're going to start with the first piece, which is by Marek. So I'll zoom into little details that So you've got two people running across the fields. Okay. So all these pieces have got the water theme. So you see water in every single one of them. And Marek's work is more aerial, like from a remote perspective. And mine are more an intimate encounter, more close-up zoom-ins. So this is Maze, a piece I took in Greece in a village called Kioni. And that village, what's interesting about it, it's one of the more abundant locations on the island of Ithaki. I felt very drawn to the richness and the colors. Some of you possibly have seen it. Those of you who have come to my exhibition in Notting Hill with Para Studios, you would have seen it. So yeah, I like exploring the pieces from far and from close up. And also I love working with metallic paper or metal as a medium to bring out the luminosity of the pieces. So this one, in similar medium, the same one, is taken in Turkey, and it's also a seascape. And I entitled it Stag. Depending on your imagination, you might find different shapes and forms in water. I love asking children what they see because they frequently see similar landscapes to how I imagine it. Okay, so this was Stag. We're moving on to Marek's pieces. So I know that it took Marek for 4 hours. If you don't mind muting, whoever's unmuted. This is a piece by Marek, and it took him 4 hours to climb a rock just to capture this. And what he likes doing, he likes contrasting the vastness and the perspective, and then dropping little people in there, like just one little dot, and just gives us a perspective of our humanity and how vast the nature is. Okay. So Marek in contrast to myself, likes playing with circular shapes. So many of his pieces are round, and mine are square. So it's a nice dialogue. I will show you later. We've got wall-to-wall different pieces with different essence. So that's another one by Marek. It's got some slightly galactic feel to it. And again, like dropping tiny specks of figures in there. Okay, so the next piece is from my water constellation series that I worked on during the pandemic. So I've got such vast body of water work, and then when we all came to stillness, I started to play with those pieces a bit more. This one was taken in France, near the village called Floriac, which is in Dordogne, central France. I've taken quite a few pieces in France. I really love the energy of the place, especially the southern part. And piece is entitled Water Wizard. I'll come closer for you. And I laugh because during the private view, quite a few French people got drawn to it. I don't know how it works, but they did. And when they asked me, okay, so where was it taken? And I told them France, like, no, you're making up. But I'm not making up. And it's a lovely synchronicity. Okay, and this one is printed on Hahnemuller photographic paper that's supposed to last you over 100 years. So it's all printed on fine art, photographic, durable materials. So I've got Marek's landscape. I think by the end of it, you will recognize Marek's style in contrast to mine. They're quite distinct. Okay, I'll do a close-up preview. Okay, and another piece by Marek here, very much loved by children. It's just a strip of sand on the beach. Super long. I think it's not capturing it fully, but we've got this sea, strip of land, and we've got two little characters, one here on the far left. And there's this huge distance that you've got to travel to meet the companion. So that's Marek. Okay, I'm going to now show you my most recent collection, and one that has attracted quite a lot of attention. So I'll start with the Wellness Labyrinth. And this piece, it's really interesting. Like, we set up the exhibition and we were not ready to start admitting people, but there were quite a few people ready and wanted to come in, so we let them in. And this gentleman came through on crutches, and he walked slowly from one piece to the next, and he stood by this one and for quite a while. And I'm like, okay, interesting. And then he asked me a question. Are these pieces supposed to make you feel well? He asked. And I kind of didn't know what to do with that question, because the conversation could go really either way with this. But he said, oh, I'm just standing here recharging my batteries. And I laughed because I'm very much into meditation. And when I was guided to do this work, I knew that it's going to be on many levels, and I didn't know what levels, but it would be healing for people. And it was beautiful to really hear this comment. So yeah, that's Wellness Labyrinth. And it was taken in France as well. And this one, thank you, Monica. Nice to hear. This one I call a galactic blessing, because we've got a tiny, yeah, I just love the light. If you've got questions about it, I can tell you more. But I'll move to this special piece, and I'll give you a little story as well. So this one is called Holy Well. And I have been guided to travel across the country this year to just sit with different water sources, different wells. And I found the Holy Well in Eastbourne. And the next day I was guided to go to the other end of the country from Eastbourne, which is like east of the UK, to West Coast, Cornwall, in search of another Holy Well, which was this. And to access that, it was really not easy. This well is in a cave, and I needed to go 3 times just to get the tide right. The first time it was too dark. The second time I couldn't find it. And then the third time the tide was just perfect, and I still needed to climb up quite steep and not even safe to get this sculpture. But I really feel this is another high resonance piece. And I'm going to show you the video that explains on a deeper level what this water artwork means for me. But the person who has decided to purchase it was very moved by that. And surprisingly, for any artist in here, I just want to add one more thing. I met this collector virtually 3 days before the private view. And we connected over one silly thing, that he could somehow pronounce my name, my difficult name. And I got so excited. I said, oh no, you've got to come to my exhibition. You can pronounce my name, you are. And he came, and not only he came, I was delighted that he made it, but he purchased this piece, and I'm just really, really grateful that he's going to be the guardian of this piece. And yeah, there's a lot of masculine energy and essence in this water source, and I'm grateful that a man liked it. It's all pink, so I thought maybe ladies would prefer it, but yeah, we've got a male collector as well. Okay, so these are the 3 most recent ones. I'm going to jump back in time, well, way back in time. Boys as well. Thanks, bro. Good to know. I like it. Challenge my stereotypes, my Polish stereotypes. So now you've seen the most recent one, but I've got some, you won't believe it, and I might be betraying my age here. I've got something going back in time to 2001, when I was still playing with analog photography. So it was developed from film and printed on the metal. So again, some of you possibly have seen it already. This one has won a few awards, and I only wish you were here to really appreciate it. So it speaks a little bit to all these characters that Marek introduces in his pieces. But here, it's another beautiful, touching story of humility and humble life. I was in India, traveling, and woke up at 5 in the morning. Woke up with the sounds coming from the temples, prayers, and the day was waking, and so did the people going to work. And this piece was shot at the back of Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is so glorious and magnificent and splendid with all its opulence and riches, and then you just go a bit further down, a little bit to the back of it, and you find humble people living simple lives and beautiful, true lives. It was really special that morning. So yeah, I always love going back to this piece. So we've got a few pieces by Marek. So it's a bit of change of a theme. We've got fluidity meet rock. And I have woken up to rock somehow this year. Over the new year, spent some time by the sea with the rocks. And Marek works with the material, and he prints his water pieces on rock, which is a lovely combination. And he works with gold leaf as well, as you can see. Okay. And now we've got dialoguing walls. So I'll just show you first from far. So this is my take on what it means when you go out there and meet waters of the world, and each of them from different locations, but they still have a beautiful song to share. So you've got waters from Poland, Greece, Turkey, Wales, Dartmoor, and a local West Country guest today. So we've got one of the first pieces taken in Westman's Wood, where I was guided to take this work seriously. So we'll just do a little. Okay. Not sure if you can see it. So the top one is Greek waters. We've got French Dartmoor waters. Got Turkish water. This one I love because it looks like a man with a hat. That's the name I gave it. And then again, a piece taken in Kioni, in Greece. And I love this one as well. It looks like a water dragon taken in Wales, of course. And here, this is a funny story. This one I call an emerald cave. And it was taken in Poland, one of my very first pieces. And I've taken my whole collection to Royal Photographic Society. And they loved every single piece. And I got a distinction. But they didn't like this one. They say, what is this about? I'm like, no. And I'm like, yeah, this is my favorite one. I'm like, I love it. For me, there's like little witches in the cave. So I still kept it, even though it was adjudged unworthy. I find it beautiful. Yeah, I thought of mentioning it. And yeah, something I just visited affordable art fair, and I've always had this idea of art, like this water art. I had a vision of like presenting it in different formats, but I was also drawn to small formats for some reason, and I wanted it to be more like a jewelry kind of style because the waters are so rich. And one of the artists at the affordable art fair, she had a little business card and said that, you know, our necklaces are jewelry for the body and art is jewelry for the walls, for our spaces. Oh, yes, I really resonate with this. So this was the square waters contrasted now dialoguing with Marek's run ones. I think it kind of works. So yeah, all these pieces that you see here, they are available and people can buy them. So each piece has got a different title. So I'm not going to go into every single one because I don't even have the story of Marek's pieces. But I think it's nice to see it. Okay, this one is another way of presenting it. And I really love the medium. The one I've shown you just now, the squares, luminous squares, they were printed on Chromolux. And this is a highly durable material. You can even exhibit it in your garden if you like that kind of thing. Rain, sun is not going to destroy it. And this is more traditional engagement with the form. My favorite Hahnemuller paper. And again, pieces from Greece. This one is all Greece, actually. So we've got abundance, white jewel, jewels of Ithaki, and the maze. And frequently you would ask, like, why, what is about those titles? I frequently check in how I feel in the plays. I find a little bit about the history. Like the abundance, it was like close to that very opulent neighborhood in Itaki. So just like playing with what I see, how I feel, and also engage with the location. This one is taken, the next one is taken in France again. I don't know about those of you who are artists here and how you like create art and then you just leave it somewhere, you don't even know about it, you forgot about it, and then you kind of dig it out. I was like, oh, this is actually, I like it. So it's one of those. And I think I'm going to print it on a bigger paper, and I don't think I'm going to be able to capture it. The water drops, they look like pearls, and they've got such a rich palette of colors. You probably see it as black and white here, but there's blues and yellows and greens. So yeah, put it together as a piece of free, and I realized you can't see it as well as I would like you to see it. So if you're in London, come and see it. Saturday is the last day. Okay, right, we're coming to a close very soon. 3 more pieces. So this is Marek's. I think it's taken in Warsaw as well. So this will be Warsaw and another one by me in a similar location. It's really nice that we can have this dialogue location-wise as well. And yeah, his aerial pieces are stunning. And all water and rock. And I'm going to show you my very first piece. And it was taken in a very narrow stream. You would probably judge it as uneventful, little piece of like water out there. That was stunning, and it was, the current was rushing. And this is where my water journey began. And funny enough, it coincided with a little accidents with fire that I had a month prior to that. So contrasting elements for you. I felt very drawn to work with water to balance myself energetically. Okay, so now I'm going to give you an option because we'll have 2 minutes to watch the video, but I can maybe answer some of your questions if you've got any, or take some comments and then show you the film. Or would you like to watch the film now? You can decide. What would you rather do? Have any preference? If it's good time to ask questions, maybe we do questions now and then.
I'd like to see the film and then ask in
Amazing.
case there's something else. Yes.
Fabulous. All right.
I don't know what other people think.
Thank you. That helps me with the decision. Brilliant. Okay. So for those of you, anyone who has arrived late, I'm going to copy this again because, oops. Okay. Copy. Okay. Everyone who has arrived a little bit later, if you can go to chat and just find the link. Those of you who already have it, please just go and watch it. It's just 2 minutes. Relax, don't come off Zoom, just watch it on another tab. There's sounds and then there's a narrative that and please, if you can, mute so that we don't have interference. Thank you.
I journey through clouds, mountains, rocks, and valleys.
Okay, someone is unmuted.
To meet you. I go with the flow.
Marie,
I know
can you mute?
rush,
Hold on, I'll mute.
when
I'll
to
mute.
turn and when to reverse my current. But I also know how to be still.
You can let me know maybe by raising your hand if you finish. No, thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. I think we're done, more or less. That gave me as well a chance to catch up with some comments. Rob, thank you so much. And yes, I was free. How did you know? Traveling to India. Bless you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Monica. I'm glad you enjoyed the stories. I always love the stories with any piece, any artwork. And yes, I print them on metal. Chromolux is metal, as well as Muller fine art paper. And yeah, it's Sarah, to answer your comment, yeah, it was quite miraculous and very timely, synchronistic. And definitely, whoever can come to the exhibition still, you're most welcome. And let me know, I will try to be here. So yeah, I think, what should I add? Maybe I'll add a little bit about the video. The video was taken recently in the past year and a half. And that came after my inspiration. Actually, Zahara and I and another friend of ours in Radek, we went on a trip. So I started doing moving image during that trip. So it was very special expedition. It was like a pilgrimage. We witnessed some incredible waters. And then that connection to water as consciousness has been just so visceral. And yeah, I think my journey with water started very much on the visual level, and it just travels deeper and deeper into my heart. And I think there's more to explore yet, and I'm very excited to be able to share this work, and also very touched whenever people respond to the artwork in a way that is very moving. So the video that I've shown you just now, has someone watched it, and this lady just burst into tears, and I know that it's beyond me as an artist. This is just divine energy flowing through and doing the work. So I think I will end on that note. And if you've got any questions, I'm here for you to answer them. And those of you who came late, Jay, thank you for coming. I have recorded this, so you can still see it. Good to see you.
Agnieszka, it's so beautiful. I'd love to hear a little bit about what made Marek suddenly decide to photograph the water, and do you have a similar ethos? You know, your work is so complementary. It's really quite miraculous, isn't it? Was there any special reason? And finally, a simple question: when does it end, the exhibition? So can I see it when I come back from Norfolk?
The exhibition is on until Saturday, so the whole of Saturday, and then we are taking it down on Sunday. So if you're still here on Sunday, Jay,
Okay.
I'm gonna stand somewhere where you can see the work. Yeah, and to answer your question about Marek's, yeah, I think it's very different. It's meditative. So there are overlaps, but I think he's just fascinated by the element, and he loves nature as much as I do. I think my one touch is on devotional, so I think we don't merge on this level. But I think it's still, I'm very, very proud of coming together with him, and
Amazing.
I think it's merging these worlds and his friends and connections. Like, it's nice for people to see different perspectives and different angles, and I just like an opportunity to awaken to different perspectives, and I really love it. Today I had the scientist in the gallery, and she was just fascinated, and she talked about how everything is connected, like the science and the spiritual world. It's really all one. And I was just so moved by this, because it's true. So I think Marek's perspective is slightly different to mine, but it's amazing that he was willing to like embrace my angle, and I was just
Lovely.
very honored to be able to work with him as well, because he's out there. I think he's been exhibiting like quite intensely for the past 10 years, and also being successful at sales, and yeah, it's expansive.
Thank you, Agnieszka. I'll have to go soon, but I look forward to the time when I can buy some of this beautiful work and just have it on my wall. Thank you.
Would be an honor. Thank you so much
you.
for coming. Thank you. And one thing before you rush off, the waters that I filmed, I actually also source water to drink it. And a lovely anecdote, you would not believe it. We had loads of wine, loads of everything here for the private view. Obviously, I had to bring the water. So I brought loads of drinking water from Zahara, you know where? Like St. Anthony's Well.
Oh, gorgeous. I must talk to you about a collaboration with poetry about these wells. I just can't wait. Yeah, I'm dying to talk to you about water poetry and your work. Very exciting.
That would be amazing. Well,
yeah. Especially having been to St. Anthony of Padua, his place, and had a really amazing experience with those relics as well. And it's very exciting because your work is very spiritual, so it'd be wonderful. Thank you. I won't take up any more time.
Thank you so much. But yeah, just to let you know, the water was more popular than wine. How is that
that was
possible?
the end of the story. Gorgeous. Very well
So we were
done. The
left
sweet
with-
waters.
We were left with wine, but water running out. So that was good. I like that. I'm happy
Gorgeous.
to take more questions if you've got any.
Hi, Rob here.
Hi, Rob. Nice to see you. Thank you.
The thing that I'd like to, it's not so much a question, it's just a contribution to everybody present here, because I think I'm the only person who was actually able to physically attend last week. And I've enjoyed actually being here for this 3/4 of an hour more than actually enjoyed being physically in the meeting. Because what I think I'm saying to everybody here in my very kind of sort of unfocused, rambly way is that actually you didn't miss out. If you live in Austria or somewhere like that, you didn't miss out by not being in England, in Willesden last week. You've absolutely benefited as much, if not more. So I'm the only person who's been in both places, and this has been fantastic. It's been so wonderful to to have, because Agnieszka was had to share herself out with so many enthusiastic people last week, but we've all got you as individuals this week. It's like you've taken us all around your gallery as a group, but spoken to us as individual people. So it's been wonderful. And as a composer, I'd love the opportunity. Some of my music, my classical music, is very watery. It's very water based. And so I'd love to send you some of my music, because I've just finished an album. In fact,
Wow, amazing.
I'm sitting here with Gary, and he's designing the artwork.
Hi, Gary. Amazing.
Let's show them. So this is my this is the album. This is my album cover. So
wow.
yeah. So it's me in the middle.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I saw the artwork. Yeah, I know exactly what you want for that.
Yeah. So those are the composers that have influenced me. So I'd love to send you some watery music, and you can use it in the background to one of your exhibitions for free.
Sounds amazing.
So, okay.
Thank you,
anyway,
Rob.
said enough.
It was great to have you with us last week. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for coming again, because you are right. I did not have the chance to express all this because I was slightly overwhelmed, because I invited the whole world. And I was
when you're talking of earlier on in this today about you're worried about revealing your age, and I thought, but how come she was touring in India alone at the age of 3?
Oh my God! Yeah, thank you, Rob. I love it. Yeah. Thank you for your compliment. Thank you, Sahara, for coming. Yeah, no worries. Blessings. Thank you. It was really great to have you. Yes, I don't even know the time, but it's probably 45 minutes in already, right? Oh, yes, exactly. 3 minutes. We are delayed by 3 minutes. I'm still happy. For those of you who would like to ask any questions, feel free to ask them. I still have a battery in my phone. That's all linked to that, obviously. And those of you who need to dash, I understand. Oh, thank you, Nico. Amazing. Thank you so much for coming. And let me know when you're next in London. Nico is a lovely tango dancer. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for coming. I'm so happy I've done it, and I'm happy you have come. Don't worry, Jay, I'll record it. Well, I've recorded it somewhere to put it somewhere, maybe on YouTube, on a private kind of link, and I'll send you if you'd like. And yeah, or you can still come to London from the north. Okay, lots of love. Thank you for your questions and contributions and for your time. And I see you all very soon in the ether or in flesh. Thank you, Mia. Okay, lots of love. I'm taking last comments. Jay, where are you? Can you unmute yourself?
Thank you.
Okay, someone wrote Nalini. I've missed. I think I've missed one question by Nalini. Marie, do you know Nalini? Do you know her?
No, I don't know.
No. Marie, did you have any questions to ask?
No, I didn't. I mean, I couldn't see very well. I need to visit the
Oh, you
exhibition.
couldn't?
Yeah.
Oh, are you
yeah.
London based? Are you
Yes,
in
I
Lon-
am. Yes, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you have the details of the gallery? Do you know where it is?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Is it in the? It must be somewhere in my chat. Can you send it to me? Can you put it on the chat there?
Yeah, I will send it now so you can.
And I'll take a picture of it.
Yeah, let me just get you the whole link. I'll get you this link from Arts Rabbit.
Hang on, if it's a link, I won't be able to click on it.
Don't worry. So you can copy it because you copied the video before, no?
Yeah.
And now it's called Willesden Gallery.
Yeah. It's at Wilston Gallery. Wait, what's the address?
It's in London, yeah?
Yeah, what's the address?
Willesden Green Gallery.
So I can just Google it, can I?
If you Google it, it's going to come up. It's in Willesden Green. And if you Google my name, Agnieszkalaskus, Flow Willesden Gallery, it's going to show you if you Google that.
Okay.
That would be amazing if you could make it, because yeah, the detail, if you come close and see it from, like this macro perspective, it's more rewarding than seeing it on screen, I'm afraid.
Okay, thank you.
Blessings. Thank you, Marie, for coming. Really
Thank you.
appreciate you. All right.
Okay,
Take care.
bye-bye.
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 Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.